Ebusian for aha Ghana SMTVGH, message or like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, Ebusian for asemaba. When him say NDC is barely 1 year, 3 months our power. Yes, sir. But the kind of internal conflict Ayɛka so no, our NDC muno, Ebusian for easy. All because people are kind of position to take over after John Mahama. Munim say from 1992 till today, no, NDC has never had any very, very rigorous flag bearer elections. Omoba 14th Republic now Rawlings netiness. From Rawlings Eka say ni pick Atamels to Mahama. And this is the first time that the NDC is going to have to scrutinize various candidates and select. Now already, Mamnum Jilo Zebra, a copy oba what 2 hour hips, they be a no more stretch so keep fit and yes sir. General Mosquito so say oh yeah then thank you to. Thank you to back why yeah the sir mampenu ye chairman nso ye bi ni deputies nso ye bi en hu na ekoso kra. Now from General Mosquito no papa bi nso sika yenya foreign reserve na opompe edegu exchange rate name or friend Ato Total adentia or per se ka say Ato is forcing yo and to when you na strategy for building to appeal to NDC for voters were ahead of internal elections. Now, there I cause say Asiedu Nketiah Mosquito ni boefu papa. Ni boefu. Adentia Global Info Analytics. Global Info Analytics omu research bi babonti. Now my research amudi babonti no. According to Global Info Analytics, Nipa over in the lead to replace John Mahama as the leader of NDC. And yeah, some Mampinio because for Mampini, the NPP will come back. As for that one, market trade has not reign. NPP is returning to power come 7th January 2029. And the NDC for crown money. But the next leader of the NDC, according to our research, our Global Info Analytics 4 years. Say Global Info Analytics, say Musa Dankwana. And I'm sure Musa Dankwana no. Should I say Ato Total is leading? Asiedu Nketiah is second. Now, it has not signal good news for chairman. Because chairman, Ebra now on starting the thank you talk, right? Now, on the first. So, Tebani saying, I say, I'll best start the thank you talk. And I feel like, if you sema or can say, Nkofa I apply for police in any of those things. Say, if I will be one ever a thief, no. All those things I think those things are working against him. Oh, now it now makes sense. It now makes sense because I mean, you say, a chairman and catch by now chairman and I say, oh, comfortable lead mo. My thing to say chairman so I say he does not have the favors of the president. That is also from a very high sensitive source. Martin. Say I say Asiedu Nketiah any man penny no. Almost should I click sir. And all those things are playing against a chairman. But Ato Total now all lead no soon. Me there. According to same research from Global Info Analytics, I can say about 40% of MPP for say ebeya omutuma Ato Total. Because Ato Total is supervising over one of the worst economies ever in our history. An economy that cannot recruit people, an economy that cannot employ people, an economy that cannot create job opportunities. That is the kind of economy Ato Total is supervising over. Reckless spending. That is the kind of economy Ato Total is supervising over. And he said, NDC for Omudi Ato Total be brave say, Ombe challenge to Mamudu Baumia. Glory be to God. Done deal for us. So Omudi General Mosquito Suba. Glory be to God. And I say, I can't say, Julius Debra. Oh, and we cry the walk in the park for us. Abushan for will keep you updated as to the dynamics or our Kosovo NDC as we are aligning ourselves towards election 2028. Let's go and listen to the detailed analysis. But before the negotiation for a studio, no, yes, still you raise funds, you pay for funds, sent Mumbai donations. Kitwa bianswa screen number now screen. I say, please help us as you always do. Now I'll see you in the next one. Not going anywhere. Cheers.
Just not last week, where your own colleague Stan Dogbe was given contract by a government agency, and you sit here and pontificate and create the impression, this holier than thou impression, that somebody is corrupt and they are giving contract to their friends. And what haven't you done? Just last week, several contracts, not one, not one, several. Why? You made commentary. You took positions. One, the president himself said, we need to be in a position where single source procurement become the rare exception. Emphasis on rare. The word rare. Then your foreign minister, then ranking member on Foreign Committee, Okujeto Ablakwa, said that in your manifesto, the reset manifesto, we are going to put it in the reset manifesto that single source procurement will be cut out. The word he used was cut out. Or see a big term. He was on Onia TV. Then the president again said that we don't get value for money when we emphasize on sole sourcing, because it creates the opportunity for people to inflate. Then the gentleman who's the roads minister now, Kwame Abuja, June 18th, 2021, he held a press conference and said the reason why we are not able to construct our roads is because of single source. Because single source procurement have the potential to inflate contracts. And in fact, cited several examples how contracts have been inflated. Then your other boss, Sami Jenfi, said, single source contracting is the avenue for people to steal because they inflate contracts. And President Akufo-Addo and his Ofori-Penyimfie, he went as far as denigrating a whole traditional area. I hope you are listening. He denigrated Ofori-Penyimfie, said Ofori-Penyimfie are part of the single source corruption. And you sit here and say, what, Beatrice? And say, what? Now you have found your moral scruples and want to lecture us? You want to lecture us about the things you said? The point was that you said single source procurement have the potential to increase prices and inflate prices. That they form the bedrock for corruption. So nobody has to even use the word corruption. Look, Fourth Estate, when they did this whole expose or whatever you call it, they didn't just do it because Beatrice is a nice woman. They did it to highlight the fact that the very ills you pronounced, that single sourcing can increase and inflate contracts, the very thing are occurring. I'll give you an example. At our time, feeder road, a kilometer of feeder road was $550,000 US. As I speak to you today, and I have two contracts here, Roland, that I will show you. One contract, a kilometer of road is going to cost the good people of this republic a kilometer of feeder road, emphasis on feeder road, the roads that we build in the rural areas. A kilometer of the same feeder road that cost us $550,000 is going to cost us $1.2 million. A kilometer of feeder road.
Is this something that runs through, or I haven't interjected so that you say that I'm interrupting you? So, but what I do know, the little knowledge I know is that depending on the topography of the area, look, and this one you're alluding to specific contracts.
I'm giving you specific contracts, and I can even name the contractors and all of that. I have all of it.
So
here.
I'm asking, please, for their reputation. That's all right.
No problem. I don't have to. Okay. No, so the point is, I get the argument of topography. Sometimes we do covert, we do this.
Yeah, so
I get that.
You look at the base, the material for the base will be different.
I get all of that.
So I'm saying that, you're saying this one runs through all.
I'm saying that, in fact, some of them are even
swampy areas.
Roland, some of them are even higher. I have a contract here. 600 million Ghana cedis for 23 kilometers of feeder roads. That is running about $2 million United States dollars a kilometer.
Again, why? The area we have to
why? The previous ones that we did, they were not on the same area. They didn't have the same differences in area. But we average 550,000. They are averaging $1.2 million. In some instances, $2.2 million. Why? And then the most ridiculous and absurd argument is that we have only given 44% of contracts in sole sources. The president used a word. He said rare, rare. Does 44 represent rare to you? Beatrice, 44, does it represent rare to you when we say the word rare? Does 44 mean rare? Rare means sometimes less than 1%. You have done, you claim, which is not even true because I have all the contracts here. 50 contracts at a cost of 51 billion Ghana cedis. Ato Total signed for 3 years, 2025, 2026, 2027, under big push. All the 50 contracts Ato Total gave commitment to, all of them, every single one of them was sole sourcing. So that 51 billion, which is equivalent to $5 million, which is equivalent to 5% of our GDP, the entire country's GDP, was given under sole sourcing. I'm coming. Is that rare to you? Is 5% of our GDP rare to you?
These are verifiable information.
I have it here. I have everything here.
So
I have everything
some of
here.
the contracts, according to the Ghana Highway Authority, were given out on restrictive tender. Okay. Do you equate that to sole sourcing as well?
No, I am talking about the ones I have seen. First of all.
Okay, so you don't say
first of all, nobody has said all. I gave you specific 50 contracts. I said all the 50 contracts that Ato Total signed under the 51 billion Ghana cedis were all sole source. That's the one I said. I've not said
have all. You cited all of them? Because the Ghana Highway Authority say that some of them were given out.
If you want, I'll give you the document to read. Here is the document where it uses the word single source and lists all the 50 contracts. This is the procurement document. Then I have the document where the finance ministry also issued out, spelling out the commitment. That is also 50 contracts, all single source. That is the point I am making. But that doesn't mean those are the only roads that the ministry is doing. But let's even say 50 billion or 44% as they want us to believe. Nearly 50% of contracts you have given are sole source and you want to tell us it is rare? You guys have no shame. You have swindled the country. You have lied to the country. And now you want to tell us that roads are emergency. Is that what you are saying? That we need roads, we have to construct. The time that we were constructing cocoa roads, were they not emergency? Were they not needed? But Sami Jenfi sat on TV and said, cocoa roads, we have given all of them 87% under sole sourcing. When did we reclassify the importance of road in this country? That all of a sudden you come into government. But by the way, at the time you were making the promises, you didn't know you were going to initiate the big push. At the time, Okujeto was telling us that in their research manifesto, they are going to cut out sole sourcing. You didn't know that you were going to do the big push. Was the big push not in the same manifesto? What are you talking about? You have swindled the people. You have lied to the people. You are a bunch of hypocrites. The fact is that you are stealing money through sole sourcing. You are making people rich, your party people. And you are telling us that you think we don't know the people behind it. We are going to serialize all the contractors and those behind the contract. I'm telling you. By next week, Ghanaians will know every contract. Your party chairman who have taken contract. We are going to serialize everything. You think we don't know? We are not kids. But if nothing at all, Standogwe stands as the true test of this government doing family and kontafuane in our friends. Standogwe stands as the true test. And he has the effrontery to sit on social media and tell people that he also has a company. So must he collapse his company if his government is in power? He will continue to get contracts. So please, let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. You promise Ghanaians a single thing, that you are going to make soul sourcing a rare phenomenon. As it stands, it has become the main phenomenon. And lastly, your minority leader, Mahama Ayɛka, sat in parliament. In fact, he stood in parliament. Majority leader, sorry.
At the time he was minority?
No, majority leader recently. Stood in parliament and said, so this is the end, or this is the end, or this is going to be the death of the soul sourcing era. This is what he said in parliament. That soul sourcing, the era of soul sourcing is coming to an end. It is dead. But guess what? Not only have they resurrected soul sourcing, they are feeding soul sourcing fat. Not only have they resurrected soul sourcing, they have butchered competitive bidding. Completely butchered it. They are not interested in it. Everything is either soul sourcing or restrictive tendering. This has become their mantra, and this has become their go-to. A group of corrupt, incompetent, reckless, swindlers, scammers. I mean, these are the people who came